Go ahead.
7:01.
Do I look like I have my paperwork out?
We'll wait.
What choice do you have?
None. We have no choice.
You don't have a choice.
Now just know when you're ready.
I have to find the right note.
Well, we're getting older yet.
I didn't hear it, but I'm sure you were being sarcastic. Because that's what you do.
I'm shrinking by the second.
Yeah. If he frustrates me, I'll ignore him. That's what I do. Okay.
Okay, we're officially open at 7:02.
John on?
Dawn has not checked in yet. So let's call on.
Let's call him Bosley today.
No kidding. Gotta be old enough to understand that one. Showing your age,
I
Steve.
am.
Okay, what do we got? 19.
This call failed. Okay. Oh,
Do you have any bars?
Is it the building?
It's on the other side that I'm getting old.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I have one bar of that.
I have enough bars. What? Okay, so let's text them and say, call in. All right. Secretary's report.
Sure. Did you read the last minutes that I sent out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I did.
Motion,
Motion to accept. Second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Minutes are done.
okay.
How we doing with vendors?
Actually, we have 19 vendors with one pending,
Okay, you
and
have.
you have more there.
more vendors.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Nice, 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 nice.
We do have vendors that try to get in early.
Some do?
Is there like a seniority thing at all, or?
We do that. We do, we give preference to the guys to get in early.
Well, how it goes is last year's vendors get the application first, give it a week or two, and then I put it out that they're available. So then anyone can apply, and it's first come, first serve.
Okay.
Then we start getting them in. We have a, like it says on the application form, we charge, $65 or something?
Yes,
Right?
till August 15th.
August 15th is the cutoff. After August 15th, they pay like $95.
95.
Yeah.
And some people are not happy with the price, but then again, some people are like, oh, you're not charging enough. Okay, there's always something somewhere. So,
We like to get them in early so that we can figure out how to place them, you know? So the earlier we get them in, the better, the more time we have to move stuff around.
Okay.
You know, we try to design it so that it's coherent, you know, like the food in one spot and, stuff like that, so.
Okay.
We try to organize it up so that it makes, it's kind of organized and makes sense.
So they don't recommend a few spots, it's you decide.
Well, they
we
can.
We decide where.
Yeah, they can ask. and
If
then-
they've been coming for years and they get their form in the beginning and they say, hey, I'd like to be in the same spot I was last year, I look up I have the last year's map already out anyway to help me this year. So I'll look it up, oh, site number 18, okay. But how I set my street is electricity goes first because there's only so many spots of that. Then there is, the food goes next. And then I start with the number one vendor and just work my way backwards. How it goes.
Makes sense. A lot of times they'll ask for the, especially if they come to an event and they have, it doesn't matter which spot they're in, they come to one and if they do well, they'll want that spot back next year, you know? Because it was good luck for them or something, you know? We're at a point now when there isn't really too many bad spots, you know? I mean, it's pretty, the whole festival is pretty well attended and people kind of wander around the whole
Right.
area, so.
Yeah, it's not too big that people can't get to everywhere. It's they
Yeah.
can get many laps, and if
Yeah.
they decide to start here, they'll end up over there anyway. So
Yeah. So it's small enough, it's big enough to be interesting and small enough so that it's still, you know, they still get to see everything. So,
Well, there's also, what was I gonna say about vendors? I set my street a week prior. So if you wanna come in after, you're more than welcome, but the street has already been set. So you'll go up and around the corner, whatever. We're trying to actually fill a lot of Pleasant Street, so there's something on there as well. Maybe not every spot because you need space for the train and emergency vehicles, but yeah.
yeah. We've been pretty successful at doing it so far. It just takes a little work trying to figure it out so that you can get move stuff around. There's a couple things that we have to do. Are you done with vendors?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right, the logistics part, I think for street stuff and parking stuff, we're gonna do the same thing we did last year. I'm pretty, you know, that seemed to work pretty well. We'll get more input from the police chief and see if he wants to make any changes, but I think it's gonna be pretty similar to what we did last year.
yeah, and I think the recap that we kicked off with, he thought things pretty much went
Yeah.
well. So
Yeah.
okay.
So within, you know, within the next, I don't know, 2 or 3 meetings, we'll probably have the, you know, the highway department, police chief and stuff start attending them again,
Okay.
so that we can get them, you know, on the same page with us like we did last year. That was organized up pretty well.
Okay.
We're gonna, logistically though, before Octoberfest, we're gonna have to do some things. We have the container down there, right? That we put stuff in. It's packed right to the ceiling.
Right.
There's a container at the Scout Hall,
Okay.
okay, that has to move. And that's where it's going. It's going right aside of the other one.
Is that the one with the flooring issue?
That's the one with a little bit of a flooring issue.
Okay.
Okay,
Alright.
so we're gonna, sometime, it's starting to get warm now and, you know, hopefully there's no more snow. But we're gonna, within the next, you know, few weeks, I'm gonna make arrangements to get that unit down there. Okay? Once we do, then we'll fix the floor and then we'll open it up and we'll shuffle things around, put some shelving in. John Menard. Okay, you're now in the meeting.
Great.
Okay, we had just a minor recap. We already approved the minutes from last time. Mary already went through vendors, and right now we're talking about the container. The selectmen approved us moving the container over there. So within the next few weeks, I'm gonna make arrangements to get that container over there and placed aside of the other one. Once that's there, we gotta fix some issues with the floor.
Do you have pictures of the floor condition?
I can take them, actually. I'll take them on Thursday.
Okay, because I'll be over there tomorrow, but I can go back like probably next week and show him too. So
Okay,
I just want something to, him to take a look at to get an idea.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, so once we get the container moved over there, then we're gonna put some shelving or something in it, so that we can, I'd like to do that sometime this summer before Oktoberfest, so that we can organize up those 2 containers so that,
Yeah.
so that we're not having to deal with them, while we're working on Oktoberfest.
Yeah, let's work on a metal container in the summer. Perfect.
Yeah, it's a good thing. All right, so I'm not sure of the timing of that, but it's gonna be within the next month or 2. Questions on that one?
No?
Okay. Entertainment.
Couple of bands are starting to trickle in for potential acts. And then in terms of the on the parade front, I spoke to the one of the theater teachers at Franklin High School, and we started putting a plan in place to have him create a choreographed theater-like production for the parade, kind of working with an honors students in the fall to put that together. So we'll continue to work on that, get details to sure up as the end of the year comes about.
Is he gonna need like some puppets or something to practice with?
I don't know yet. Probably have a better sense of what he's going to need as the year comes to a close.
Okay.
Hopefully get some stuff kind of started to work out, some details before the end of the school year, because it's always kind of a tight turnaround at the start of the school year.
Okay.
Bears confirmed for a sound guy.
Mhm.
That's about it to report so far in entertainment.
All right. No white lady statue or something?
I haven't heard from the statue yet, but I'll keep working on it.
Okay.
Did he reach out to Rhoda?
Yes, John, that was an action item for you. You were gonna reach out to Rhoda and see if we could put the cars there again?
Yeah, I need her contact info from somebody.
Okay,
Who's got that?
yep.
Your brother.
I'll see if I can come up with it first.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Beer garden, I haven't reached out to Greater Good yet. I'm gonna try to do that this week. Okay, see if they're interested in doing that again. So Greater Good / Atlas. Get them on board early.
If it's an in-person visit, let me know. I'll help you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll figure that out. Soda concession. Next meeting, we'll put it off till next meeting. Hopefully John will be able to attend in person. We're gonna have to come up with a list of the flavors for soda, because we have to replace all of the flavors. Because they're past. They only had 18 months shelf life. So what
Where
I
does
have,
that stuff get stored? All the the soda syrups and things like that. Where does all that get stored?
well, right now, I got it stored in the scout hall.
Okay.
In the basement. It's gonna be a cool, dry place.
Okay.
It has an 18-month shelf life, so when we had purchased it last time,
Mm-hmm.
we can hang on to it and,
Right.
yeah, except that now that's passed, so, so we're gonna have to figure out what we wanna offer for flavors and order those in,
Okay.
whatever quantities to run that soda concession again.
Has John asked Liam if he wants to do it?
Do you hear that, John?
Yep, I did ask him. He said that he was tentatively a yes. And that he would
Tentative,
ask his buddies if they wanted to do it again too.
so it's a tentative yes for
Is Liam a senior this year?
He'll be a senior next year.
Okay.
So he was a yes as far as any 16-year-old can agree to something, 7 months in advance.
Right.
Yeah,
He
that's,
can't overcommit, but he's committed.
okay,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
And then I also asked Keith about the soda stuff, the gear, and I think he said he was fine to go through it with Steve
Okay.
at some point to kind of walk you through the process on how to do it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Anything else on soda? Can't
No.
think of anything. Prizes. We're gonna send out a mailing again?
Yeah, but it's too early to send out a mailing. If we do it now, then people just shove it onto the side because our event isn't till October.
Okay,
So I'd like to send them out in May or June.
all right. So we can get them, we can get the list together, we can get these all done, printed out, enveloped, and we just don't stamp them and put them in the mail until whatever time you want. So we can actually do this up ahead of time.
What's the reach on this? Is this, like, what's the, how far out do we extend?
Probably, we even sent things off to like places in New Hampshire because they give us like lift tickets for, the ski resorts and stuff up there. Like we got Pat's Peak, that's the last year we got tickets for.
Okay.
So,
I've done all the way up to Maine, all the way down to wherever, across wherever, depends on what it is. But Santa's Village, the last couple of years has definitely said no. They
Yeah.
just do their little local area and that is it.
Okay.
They used to always donate 2 tickets to get in, but they no longer do.
Enterprises, like, strictly mailing? Like
Well, if they want
communication,
to
or-
mail us something, or T-shirts, or even that is fine.
No, I mean the reach, like when you first contact people, is it really just like first through a mailing or?
Yeah.
yeah, we
Okay.
do like a mass mailing.
Okay.
And it sends out, it's like a solicitation letter that we come up with and say, we get this like cash cube thing and gives prizes out. If you want, you can send us like, marketing stuff, lift
Mhm.
tickets, the stuff that they would normally give out, trying to get people to go to their place anyway.
Mhm.
And that works, we do get prizes that way. Sometimes we get good ones. We used to get, like an overnight at Foxwoods or something, A lot of those have dried up, but some of them might come back now because a lot of things starting to open back up,
Mhm.
so we may be more successful this year than last time, because there's a lot of busy out there now.
Yep.
So, anyway, so we're gonna do a mass mailing, and we can probably get it ready now and then just hold it till we wanna let it go.
Sure.
And what do we do? Do we take like one of our meetings and like stuff all the letters and stuff like that and get them ready to go?
No, I take
or
care of it
we
all.
just do it?
It's less we have to do at the meeting because I have a list that I use and he knows how to make the computer do the envelopes. I just gotta feed them in.
Okay.
Yeah, we do like a mail merge thing, and then the letter's pretty generic, so it's the envelopes that have the addresses on it. We send them off, and then,
Okay.
then over a few months, we'll get prizes delivered to the mailbox here. There'll be tickets for Sturbridge Village, or, stuff like that.
Okay.
So that works. And then, as we get closer to the event, we actually, we take a block of money from one of our donors.
Sponsors, yeah.
And we go out and, come up with prizes. That's where we get the stuffed animals and, that kind of stuff that we put up.
Okay.
And John has signed up again to do prize sorting, right?
Nope, I signed my wife up to do it.
Awesome. Yes, she does a great job.
It's in the
The
notes.
minutes reflect the designation.
Okay. Anything else on prizes?
If anyone knows of anyone that we haven't done or that they know about, then let me know.
Yeah.
But I can bring some donation letters in case you're going out for dinner. Ask for a manager, show them the letter. Sometimes they'll give you some appetizers or something. If they're real nice, they'll give you a dinner.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
worth
We've
a
done that
try.
before. We've gone like to, to a steakhouse or something, and we talked to the manager over there, tell them we're in Octoberfest or whatever, and, they want to donate something for a prize,
Other than
Sometimes
the
they do.
cash cube, what else?
The spinning wheel and the
Oh,
cash cube
okay.
mostly are those prizes.
Okay.
Okay.
I am also gonna go after some vendors to try to come up with more kid stuff, like John had mentioned last year, you need more things for some of the younger kids to do.
Prizes or things?
Games,
Yeah.
things to do, I'll contact the church, see if they'll set up their kid booth like they had this last year, it worked out super well.
Okay.
Does the church do anything indoor during
They
Octoberfest?
used to, well, not indoors. They used to, years ago, they used to schedule a turkey, they used to have to do a turkey dinner,
Okay.
okay? And they did it like Oktoberfest night, evening, so, that was kinda cool. They always used to sell out.
Yeah, the Octoberfest committee could never get in there for dinner at the end of the event because they were sold out. But they haven't done that in over 10 years.
Yeah,
But a couple years ago, they did a tour of the church up and down. And so that was really, really nice. And this last year, they had a really nice tent set up. And they had free water, I think it was free apples, and they had kid activities right there at their little tent, and that went really well. They ran out, so they had to go run back and get more supplies, so people know it's there, so I'll
Okay.
contact them.
yeah. That was kinda fun. I have the rides and all the bouncy rides and stuff booked. The tables and chairs and all that stuff for the beer garden are all booked from the same person.
Okay.
We had kind of discussed whether or not we were gonna do the tent. Did we decide on doing the tent?
Yeah, I think we left it off with we needed approval from the Historical Society about the space, right?
Yeah, we need to know if we have to nail down the space, yeah.
Because I think we were also, the debate was, do we try to get a tent over the beer garden or where it was last year? And I think you were going to look at or talk to them about that branch that might need to come down.
Yeah.
Is that ringing a bell?
Yep. And I have not done that. I haven't reached out to them yet.
What if like sometime next week or the week after, not with a meeting, but if we kind of walked around some of the areas and took some notes or got some ideas about where certain things could go, like actually seeing them again, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm around.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good to me too. I think, yeah, because we also, there was a little bit of debate too about stage placement and for B and C, and I want to get that nailed down because that's going to impact the master schedule.
Okay. So when do you want to do that?
Pretty flexible over the weekend, so just let me know whenever works for everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good weekend mornings. Or,
Yeah, I'm up around 6 a.m. with my kids, so
Yeah, do you plan on taking your kids?
maybe. Let them run around downtown in traffic.
So, So when do we want to do that? This Saturday, next Saturday? You know, we want to pick
Well,
a day?
this Saturday is Easter weekend, so probably next Saturday.
Can't do next Saturday because we're
Okay.
going to be camping on with the Boy Scouts. It's going to have to be after that.
All right.
All right, so I'll throw later, not today, I'll throw some dates around. All right. Dates to meet downtown.
Let's go.
Well, Tony's available on this Saturday, but not Sunday.
That's right. I'm available this Saturday, but not Sunday. Okay. So we'll plan it another time.
Okay.
Yeah, we get time for that. So that would be helpful to be able to position things, because right now, you know, there are a couple of things that are up in the air about the location of the beer garden. We gotta make sure where that is.
Mhm.
I do like the idea of putting it in a tent. However, that tent is gonna have to be pretty big.
Right.
It's gotta hold 10 tables, you know, if we're gonna put it in the tent somewhere. And then, you know, once we figure that out, we're gonna have to, you know, see who owns the property, and get those details worked out.
And the size of the tent will determine the height of the tent, and that could be a restriction too, so.
Yeah, could be. It would be a restriction if we put it where we put it now, because there's pretty low-hanging trees there, so. So that's that's kind of the reason why we use easy ups there, because they're smaller, you know, they
So we'll
don't.
bring a tape measure when we walk around town with coffee and looking at
I
stuff.
have a tape measure. Okay. So, anything else with rides and games? Tickets. We counted tickets. Let's get some ticket numbers.
All right. The Knocker Ball, which was a 4-ticket game,
Yep.
we had 683 tickets.
Yep.
Next was Big Trikes, which was 4 tickets.
Uh-huh.
That was 796 tickets plus $5 cash. We take bribes.
Big prize.
Wait, hold on a second. The trikes did better than the knocker balls?
Yep.
That's awesome.
And then the Big Slide, which was 3 tickets, was 903.
903.
Yep.
Okay. John?
Yep. The obstacle course did 958.
Oh, you beat me.
Yep.
The firehouse bouncy did 830.
Yep.
And the castle bouncy did 579.
Okay. Awesome.
And Trikes, those were new this year, right?
No.
No.
We made some changes though. The changes is that this year we had little kid trikes,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Before that, we just had like 4 of the big adult trikes. That was okay. They were, you know, people liked them, but the little kids are lost on them. They can't,
Yeah.
you know. So we had little kid-sized trikes and, you know, they were all over the place. So that worked. That was a good ad. It was busy last year, the big trikes. A lot busier than it was the first year we put it there.
Do you have the listing of the ones we counted?
I do not have it here, because I entered it in this computer already, so I don't. It's not here. Okay. New stuff. Anybody got any good ideas for new stuff?
That's where I dropped the ball. Sorry. And we'll come prepared next time with new stuff ideas.
You're not prepared for new stuff?
No.
New stuff? New ideas?
I have an idea.
Yeah?
No new stuff.
No new stuff?
Yeah, no new stuff.
Perfect the old stuff?
Gotta have new stuff. Something new. Something different. Something not Plywood Derby cars.
You sound like you have something you want to say.
No. No, I don't. I just, it would be good to come up with something new and different.
Well, I have not yet, but I will be reaching out to the lodge to see if they would possibly okay the lady that already bakes in there, the Center Bakery, to see if they would allow her to have self-baked items the day of inside. First, I have to get their okay before I reach out to her to see if she's interested. But that would be something new and something different, because
Yeah.
people are always looking for, where's the desserts, where's the goodies? And she does everything. She makes homemade pizzas to homemade breads, then the cookies and pies and a whole list of items that she makes.
She cooks for Thanksgiving or Christmas? Or both?
She does it full-time practically down at the lodge. She's safe certified, and she does her baking there, and then she brings them to different places, and you can also give her orders and swing by and pick them up on days that she's there.
I thought she just did it for holidays. but-
Nope, she does it all the time.
Okay then. Alright, well, that would be different.
What's the current website address for Octoberfest?
John?
It is DouglasOctoberfest.com
Okay.
with a K.
With a K. Have we updated it with the new vendor forms?
Nope, not yet.
Okay.
That's on my list to do.
How long does, because we had just made a payment for that at one time. How long does that run before it has to be paid again?
I don't know. Let me look.
Do we monitor like how many visits to that site? Like, obviously, I'm sure there's probably more as it gets closer to Oktoberfest, but like, do we have an idea of like the higher activity of people checking that site or anything? Or do we push people to check the site out?
I think we actually get more visits to the Facebook page, to be honest, than we do
Okay.
the website.
Okay.
The Facebook page just has more on it. It has, people talking about it, we have pictures on it,
No, I was thinking the whole, trying to find volunteers, like, I know it's probably a challenge, and
Yeah.
people are probably willing to commit right off the bat, and then as it gets closer, something comes up, and, they're not available, and it's a little bit of a scramble, but
Yeah.
just trying to think of different ways to kind of start getting feelers out there and letting people know that, look, we really do need a lot of
Yeah,
volunteers to make this happen.
Perhaps the Facebook page would be the best place to do
Okay.
that.
All
Yeah.
right.
Not everybody has Facebook, though. It should go on both. It should go on the website and Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
And usually when we ask if they're going to volunteer, we ask their name and 2 contacts, their phone number and email. So you can verify like 2 weeks before.
Okay. Who's the admin on that?
I gotta remember to
page?
send you those forms. So that
John usually handles, I think, both. Right, John? You do Facebook and the webpage?
Yeah. So To answer Steve's question, yes, you're absolutely right. It spikes. It spikes as we get close to the Oktoberfest. So we typically see like 0 to 5 users, and then starting in August, it picks up. And then on October 1st last year, we had 750 people visit the site.
Yep. Okay.
What day was the event on? Was it October 1st?
Yep.
So yeah, so we get a huge spike on the day of the event.
Yeah, probably weather related, wanting to.
Weather related, yep.
Yeah.
Times.
So actually, that's an idea. So that means that we probably should focus a little better on putting announcements on the site.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, and also, the largest source of traffic is by Googling it.
Yeah.
So, and I'm actually, yeah, it's either direct or Googling it. So people are actually looking for the website as opposed to like clicking in from somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're just Googling Douglas Oktoberfest and looking for
Yeah.
the site that way.
I'm thinking too, like, you know, they have those construction signs that run off of like solar and stuff where you can put like announcements,
Mhm.
you know, like road closing next week, blah, blah, blah. Like, is there a way that we could do something like that with, you know, check the Oktoberfest site for, you know, upcoming activities or dates and times and blah, 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 and just giving people like a heads up to start looking, you know? And with that, we could have volunteer information and other, you know, things for them to look at.
Yep.
So, Tony, to answer your question, it looks like July 9th is is our renew date of
Yep.
next year,
July 9th of next year?
is the next payment cycle.
Yeah, it sounds right.
But I'm wondering if they'll prorate us to switch over to the different, to the other, company.
Well, they won't prorate you. They like, you know, your hosting company won't give you any money back, and the new company won't give you any money off. You just start up a new subscription.
You think you just forfeit the money?
Huh?
You think it just forfeits?
Yeah, because if you're gonna change the provider, the one that you have, you pay the hosting company to host you for a year. If you leave after 2 months, you know, he's not giving you a refund. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, no, that's how that works. So, if we, why did we decide that why are you interested in moving the website?
So I've actually created another website on Squarespace and found it to be faster and more intuitive. The design is a little bit easier, and then honestly, like the biggest feature I've seen on Squarespace is the ability to create a page and then hide it. So what I wind up having to do on the current website is kind of recreate a section when we put a schedule up there, an event schedule up there.
Yeah.
And then I don't really have any good way on this current one of like hiding it. So I have to delete it and then rebuild it later. What I would really love is the ability to like create pages and then just hide them.
And then you just turn them on when you want?
What's that?
And then when you want to display it, you just turn it on or publish it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you did this on Squarespace already? Do you have like a link to go look at it?
No, I created my own personal website, not Octoberfest.
All right.
So that's the other hiccup too, is that, you know, I probably wouldn't be able to do it till the summer when I actually have time to sit down for a few hours and make a website.
One of the handicaps with that though is if is if we change, because right now, you gain, visibility, I guess is the way to say that. Like, if you search Google and you do Douglas Oktoberfest, the website's been there so long that all of the links are all set, the bots came up, okay? If you change to another location, then you'll lose all those links. And it'll take another,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, it'll take a little bit, right? But they would come, you would get it back.
Yeah, so it's not something that you're gonna wanna do a month before Oktoberfest, because all of the, all of your search links that Google provides now, you won't have then.
Right.
So that's something that you're gonna wanna do right after an Oktoberfest. You're gonna wanna do that, for the following year, so that by the time you're ready to use it,
That makes sense.
it's already been there for 8 months,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I see. All right. All right. Well, maybe we know that rolling into next year. Basically a year out, right? So we look at knowing that going into next year.
All right, so what we'll do is that we'll, because we're good on this one until next July, so sometime before next July, actually I'd say probably, February, March, April, we just redo the website.
Yeah, sounds good.
We can announce that too at Oktoberfest that,
Yeah,
next
yeah.
year there'll be a
Different website, yeah.
different website.
Fancy.
Okay,
So there you go. That's my contribution to something new.
that's your contribution to something new. All right. What can I build this year?
Nothing.
So, actually, I had a question. So, like the ticket booth,
Yeah.
like I've helped set that up before.
Mhm.
Like things that have been, or components that have been around for a bit and need refurbishment or
Repair.
like when does that? How does that? Where does that? Like.
It has been happening out of necessity.
Mhm.
So, yeah, we can actually take a look at some of that, because we're gonna have to pull all this stuff out when we're rearranging these two containers
Yep.
anyway.
Yeah.
There is a few things on the ticket booth that have to be fixed,
Mhm.
repaired. There's a couple of stage sections. We get kind of an advantage now, because we have some extra stage sections that we haven't been using, because we've been setting up smaller versions of like stage C. We have a couple of stage panels that are broken, but I've used other ones in their place, so we were able to get around that. But there are some things that we need to work on.
Okay.
But once we get in there and pull everything out and take a look at it, we can sort things out, we can see what we got, we can make a list of the things that have to be fixed, or the things that we want to actually change. We wanted to do some work with the dog race track, remember? I think we talked about last time.
Yep.
We wanted to make a starting gate or something.
Yes, we wanted to make a starting gate.
Well, we're gonna need to see that in a drawing, so we're gonna have to draw that up.
Right. I should get in touch with dog orphans folks.
Okay. See if he can come up with some kind of a design for a starting gate, with some dimensions on it.
Okay. I remember now. I think what we needed to figure out was the width of the track.
The track? So you
Yeah.
really wanna know what the width of the fake grass is?
Yes.
Well, that's easy, it's 6 feet,
How do you know?
because I measured it.
When did you measure it?
One time when I said, how big is this? So I stuck my ruler on it and measured it, it's 6 feet.
So there you go, 6 feet. You know what you need to know then.
So the gate is gonna be 6 feet wide, right?
Yep.
With 4 slots?
That I don't know. Maybe? Yeah, 4.
And then you wanted to come up with something different for the sides, so the walls.
Yeah, I had an idea. Now I don't remember what it is.
Drawings, we need drawings.
Yeah, let me think about the walls more, because I think we can do something better than what we have.
Mm-hmm.
I've yet to watch any of the dog races, so check out some photos of the photos on the website for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a hoot.
Okay.
I'm sure you can find video. I'm pretty sure the town cable films it every year.
Yep. Yeah, so you just look up an old Octoberfest video.
Or on the town website, if you look on the cable section of the town website, you'll be able to find the YouTube stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we can get DraftKings to sponsor it now that, you know.
That's a great idea. That's actually a great idea.
What's that?
DraftKings, it's a bet
Fantasy
online,
football league.
online betting venue. Now that it's legal in Massachusetts, like there's commercials for it all the time and everything's online.
Do they have,
There's an app
they
now.
they
that
must
you can-
have like an office somewhere, right? DraftKings,
somewhere.
somewhere, corporate office or something?
Yeah. But now you can
Send them
you
a
can
letter.
bet from your phone.
I'll send, but I'd send them a letter, tell them we'll put out a sign and everything, so.
I wrote it down.
That's my new idea.
It's incredibly helpful for us to be able to offer and refurbish things and stuff when we have sponsors, you know?
Right.
Because, you know, the sponsors give us some money and we invest it into the event, you know? So if we had somebody like DraftKings and give us a sponsor, then we can put money into a track, you know, to make it better and make it run better. And we just give them some advertising credit.
So along that thought, go after Mohegan Sun, Foxwoods, the Springfield one, see if they want to sponsor the prizes.
Yeah.
All right.
Going big.
Well, there's a few more. I mean, now there's MGM and Springfield. Right?
No, we haven't been there. Actually, we really don't go gambling, so we don't go anywhere. We do Octoberfest, you go to work, we do Boy Scouts,
I don't gamble either. No.
so, yeah. All right, we will look them up and see if they will sponsor. That'll work.
Christine's got an idea.
Okay,
Okay.
Get a photographer to do family photos.
Oh.
The family photos.
Yep.
so like, is she talking about like there's a booth and they set up and you can have your family photo done?
I don't know. Let me ask. Phil?
You should have just put her on speaker.
Yeah, so like, right. Yeah, sometimes photographers will like set up a stock booth and then just take people's pictures, you know, for like holiday cards and whatever. Yeah, I wonder if we could get someone who might be interested in doing something like that, you know, and just take pictures all day of families or whatever. Because those kind of things book up really fast for like photographers.
Okay,
And it could be something that's like indoors, so that way, you know, no matter what the weather, you know, it's a controlled environment and,
Or he'd either need a tent or, or an indoor thing.
Yeah, or maybe Phil wants to do dog pictures again. I think he's done that in the past.
So you're asking more people to bring more dogs so
More
that
dogs. More dogs. And bikes. We should get dogs and bikes.
No
we should
bikes.
do bike,
No
bike
bikes.
pictures.
No bikes.
dogs on bikes.
No bikes.
Dogs on bikes. Steve, I like what you're thinking.
they, boy.
Dogs on bikes.
In the beer garden while drinking beer.
Okay then. All right, I can try to reach out to the photographers that are always advertising in town.
Yeah,
See if one of them would like to set up a booth.
Yeah.
For family photos, right?
Yeah.
so how would that work? Would they be like a vendor then?
They would, yeah, I mean, because it's really their business, right? We're just
Right.
interested in having them attend so that they're another concession.
Well, is that what Christine was thinking, or? Was
Say it
she-
again.
So your wife was thinking that they would be a paying vendor or something that they're sponsoring and they're doing? Because it's
I think probably a paying vendor.
a paying vendor, okay. Okay, got it.
Meaning if I wanted to have a picture with my family, I would pay this photographer while we're there to take our photo.
Yeah, that,
Exactly.
what, he would come with his professional equipment.
Right.
You know, and some backgrounds or something.
Yeah.
And then, you know, and your family goes there and
Right.
poses and, you know, he takes some professional pictures and then,
And then hit the bouncies.
and then they hit the bouncy, yeah. And then, you know, he gives you something or whatever, his card, and then you get pictures from him a week later or 2 weeks later or something, I
Yeah.
don't know. All right?
We
Yep.
could-
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's like the optimal time of year where people are doing their family photos.
Yeah, and,
Sorry.
yep,
But if they made the Octoberfest logo in their booth, that would be super cool too. Well, they can figure it out.
Yeah.
so, and then they would have like their own pricing, you know, like you'd get.
Oh
this,
yeah, that's all on them.
yeah. So,
I don't want to have anything to do with that.
and then you just buy a package, some kind of package deal from this photographer. It's just the fact that it's just something else, it's something that
Right.
we haven't had, and,
Yeah.
you know, and then we could also, if you did that, because sometimes that takes preparation, because you're gonna do family photos, you want everybody there.
Mhm.
So if you're gonna do that, and you get one to show up, you're gonna have to advertise that
Right.
ahead of time. That, you know, there's somebody here that's doing, you know, official portraits or something, you know, family portrait photos, right? So that they can be prepared for that.
Yeah.
So that would be one of the things that we'd have to fire out ahead of time.
We could
so
do
that-
some things like, you know, with local establishments to, you know, have postings of things that are gonna be new, just to kind of pique interest, get it on the website, and, you know, find a few other ways to promote some of the new items.
One of the things that I've been trying to do for a long time, it's a little hard because of, maybe we've been thinking about the Oktoberfest program a little wrong, okay? Because we hold it back until we get the entertainment on there. Maybe we should do 2 of them, right? we do a program that has the stuff that we're offering, vendors, new rides, that type of stuff, but no entertainment in it. Because we don't really have that booked yet. You know what I mean? And that way we can, if we put out programs of the event itself a few weeks ahead of time with antique cars and, you know, that type of stuff, then now people, 2 weeks before Oktoberfest, have this thing in their hand that says the stuff that we have.
John, do you think you could have a month before the event? Would you be able to have a schedule prepared?
No.
You hesitated a lot on that one.
Yeah, probably not.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I mean, the chance is not zero, but it's not far from zero.
Yeah. The thing is, though, is that we'd be able to use the program to build more hype if we could get it out sooner.
Yeah, I like what you're thinking, Tony. And it's also like, I mean, other than what, you know, folding a little bit more papers, it's not a big lift, right?
Mhm.
The other thing I was thinking too is, you know, we can probably not too far off from here start sending some press releases.
Like we could also do like just some teasers and stuff. If we start to nail down some of these
Yeah,
ideas.
I want to get a program out, like like the program flyer thing. I want to get that out a month or 4 to 6 weeks before Oktoberfest.
Right.
Like it's really difficult because I gotta have time to put it together, and then I gotta have time to print it. We have to have time to fold it. Like last year, I had it done and and ready to go 2 days before Oktoberfest. That just that's crazy.
But like, what if we did? What if
Him at
we?
home,
Huh?
and then you left him at home after.
And
all
then
that
I
work.
left him at home. Yeah.
But like, what if we were able to work something out with like the ice cream lady and sort of late in the season for them, but before fall, when people go there to get their ice cream, there's a little handout that with every ice cream, there's a handout talking about some of the new things that are going to be happening in our
Yeah, but in a lot of cases, you just got to put them on a counter at
Yeah, a lot
Harry's
of the
Pizza
places all around downtown will let you set those little flyers up. And like certain places, like at a lot of the pizza places, they'll just put the flyer right there on the counter, and if you want one, you can take one. I think the Goodness Store
So-
would allow that.
So, yeah, we still do the program, but I can do it like a 2-page program for the entertainment that we give out that day, okay, or a day or so before. But I want to do like a program or a flyer or something about the event that we can put out 4 to 6 weeks before. What do you think of that?
Yeah, no objection for me.
I also like the idea of putting out teasers. Once or twice a month, you just post something. Douglas Octoberfest 2023, and then you just show 1 or 2 things, and you just let it go till the next teaser comes out.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. It's like what they did with, in Jurassic Park, they just show what Jurassic Park something. And they did that for like a year before Jurassic Park came out.
And Tony, John, you still need Tony to come up with music for the parade so that your theater people have something to work with?
Yes.
All right.
I forgot about that. And we said it was like 8 minutes, right?
The whole parade is probably 15.
Okay. Okay, so 15 minutes. All right.
And Tony, you will make a list of volunteers that we kind of usually need, so Steve kind of has something, he knows what he's working towards.
Yep, I already have those actually, I just didn't send it to him yet.
That's all I got. And let me see, when you send your sponsor letters out?
I usually send those out somewhere in August. If you do it too early, then,
Okay.
you know, then, because you send it out and tell them it's in October, and it goes aside on somebody's desk and it gets lost.
Mhm.
So I generally send it out, my sponsor letters in August.
Okay. I can get you some additional names, contacts and stuff to add to that.
Okay.
And these are sponsors for, like you said, like the prizes and,
I have it's a letter that goes out to sponsors. It's a list of the major areas that we're looking for sponsors for.
okay.
Like stage A, stage B, stage C.
Mhm.
They all get sponsors. Okay? The Midway, the train, for example.
Mhm.
We look for sponsors for those types of things, and we put a sign on them or whatever, said, this is sponsored, this Midway is sponsored by Unibank or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
And then what happens is the funds we get from that help us to pay for that section, And then we also have things like, like the police coverage and stuff that we can, if we can get a sponsor for that,
For the police detail?
yeah, for the police detail,
Oh yeah, we have to pay for that.
Okay.
Because they bring in extra,
They bring in officers
police
from other
officers
towns
from,
now.
yeah, all over.
It's a pretty big crew out there, doing
Mhm.
police detail that they know. Especially with the ways we have to move traffic around.
Right.
Who's reaching out to the athletic group that did Soldiers Field last year? Didn't Keith have that information?
Yep, Keith talked to them.
If you want to give me that info, I can reach out to them again.
Bring them on board for handling their parking area down there.
Worked out really well last year, from my understanding.
It
Yeah.
did. Are we interested in a hayride up to the high schools again?
What's the question?
Remember last year we had, Whittier Farm, we had a hayride for parking at the elementary school area.
Yep.
We interested in doing that again?
Yeah, I think so. It was slow last year, but I think it was a product of the weather more than anything else.
Yeah.
So I'd like to give it a good go on a year with good weather.
And that was just a parking thing, right? Like people that parked up there had the hayride to get back to their...
Yeah, people that parked up at the schools, we had a hayride that went from behind the post office up to the schools and back.
Okay.
It really didn't come out into the street or anything, it was just for funneling people back and forth to the parking areas.
Some people rode the hay wagon because it was a ride on the hay wagon.
Yep.
Right.
Right, that too.
Oh, I didn't park here, I parked...
We're just going for a ride.
They just wanted to go for a ride on the hay wagon,
Right.
which is okay too, I guess,
Yeah.
you know?
So you're gonna wanna reach out to Whittier's Farm again?
I'll reach out to Whittier's Farm again. It would be great if we had,
It would be nice if we had a sponsor for that.
sponsor for that.
Because they,
That was, yeah.
Whittier's Farm sponsored half of the cost, and it still costs us an additional $600. So it would be nice if we have an additional sponsor for that.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
think
like-
people always realize how much money it actually takes to pull off this event, and we try to do the best we can with what money we have and we get, and we try to stretch it as far as we can.
Between the sponsors and what we pull in from the stuff that we do, you know, we're able to pull it off, but it's tight. And the prices of things go up all the time, you know, like now, because of the way we handle traffic, we're spending more money on traffic control now than we did before. And stuff like that. So,
John, you're reaching out to Ed the Wizard?
Yeah.
What
was
kind
a
of
lot.
answer was that?
it was a, yep.
Well, it's just that he's always a big hit.
I know. The pause is that we've booked him now for a number of years, back to back to back. And he does a nice job. I'm also wondering if there's something fresh that does a similar act.
Okay,
So that's not to say that I want to move in a different direction just yet. It's just that I'm just aware that we've booked him now 3 or 4 years in a row.
yeah, and you wanna just a little bit different.
Yeah, so that's why I'm that's the long pause.
Okay, all right, we get a little time, you can shop around.
Yeah, let me shop around a little bit.
How about,
Can the wizard step up his
how about,
game a little, or?
I just happened to think of this. How about asking the Star Wars dudes
You're gonna
again?
ask the Star Wars again? We'll see if they'll show up.
What was it? It was the First Order. It's a reenactment group. They all dress up like Star Wars characters. You get like an entire regiment of, you know, the little white soldiers. Show up.
You did that last year?
No,
It's
I
hard
tried-
to get them.
I tried to book them a couple times in the past, and then they stopped because of COVID. You know, they were. I was talking to them about the event and stuff, and you know, they do it. They actually do it for free. They request a donation to go to a charity, though. You know. And it's just a bunch of guys that get, it's like a club. They bought their $8,000 costume. So, you know, they join this group that goes off and does these events, you know.
Star Wars flash mob. Got it.
Something like that. Well, what could you do if I got something like that, John?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay.
Well, at a certain time,
They just walk around all day, and people want to take pictures with them, and it's you know.
Well,
it is what it is. I think it's a little weird, but
they don't do all day. They will get there at a certain time, and they'll just march down Main Street and interact with the crowd, get some pictures, and then I don't know how long they actually stay,
Yeah.
and then off they go.
yeah. Just let me know if you wind up booking any of those people. Just let me know, because I almost walked up to one of them last year and was like, almost accosted them. A random person dressed up trying to take money from people. So just let me know if you're gonna book them.
Oh, all right.
That happened at our event last year?
I saw someone dressed up in a costume taking pictures with people, and I thought they were like the people in New York City who take the picture and then charge you money.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
so I was about to walk up to them and accost them, and then I realized that this was like one of the things that you had gotten them to do.
all right, we'll let you know anything that is
Yeah.
going on.
I'll just reach out and see if they're available and, then we'll discuss it after that.
Because we have had instances in the past where someone has this license to walk around at events and not set up and not pay for a booth, but they walk around selling something, but you are not okay to be here. So we usually ask them to leave because other people pay for a vendor spot and they're there for that, and you can't just show up willy-nilly because you think you can. This is not a willy-nilly event.
Okay, anything else?
I'm good.
She's good, I'm good.
You good, John?
Yep, I'm good.
All right.
Well, we hope you feel better.
Yeah, take some NyQuil, get some rest.
Yeah. What makes you think I haven't already taken some NyQuil?
Yeah. All right,
Take
he's
some
ready.
more.
He's ready for bed.
Double fisted.
Okay,
All right, thanks, guys. Take care.
thanks.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
We're done at what time?
We need a motion to adjourn at 8:12.
Steve, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn. Yes, what do I say?
Yep,
All in
that
favor?
works.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,